What happens when you mix some of the best video game gunplay with eldritch horror and dystopian future, modern dimension hopping and puzzles?
What the hell is even that?
If you answered with the Dark Tower, you would not be far from wrong. It even has a person named the Wanderer on a quest to reach a tower. I was completely surprised when I first played Remnant From The Ashes. I had no knowledge of Chronos, the game that preceded Remnant From The Ashes. Usually I do reviews in chronological order, but in this case, I was exposed to Remnant From The Ashes and never played or heard of Chronos. The games are not tied to the hip, so I will avoid spoilers because maybe one day I will review it. Earth has been overrun by interdimensional forces called the Root. The entity was brought to Earth through government experiments to travel while dreaming to other dimensions. As a wanderer, you are tasked to destroy a dark tower, which is believed to be connected to the Root. The lore of Remnant is phenomenal, if not a little cryptic. Having to read journals and letters of tidbits of information can be a little tedious, especially when there are entries that go on for 9 pages. I, however, suggest taking the time and trying to immerse yourself. It does improve the overall world bending. As the wanderer, you will have to explore different locales while kicking a lot of butt. Lucky for you, Remnant has some of the smoothest gunplay I have ever played, no lie. Each gun feels so unique, from assault rifles, machine guns, pulse lasers, guns that look like bugs, swords that are big, swords that are small.
Smelly pussy.
Sorry, don't know how that got there. Anyway, there's no shortage of ways to kill enemies. Don't confuse Remnant From The Ashes with a modern 3D person shooter. This is still an RPG and gear is very important. Throughout your journey, you will find, unlock, and discover articles of clothing, along with rings, amulets, and the power of mods. These mods, let me try to break it down as simple as can be. If you choose to play a melee character, it might be better to carry gear that improve your melee attack. If the gear then becomes heavy or make movement slower, it might make sense to wear rings or amulets that lower your incumbents. Honestly, the choice is yours without a doubt. Some strategies are better than others. The worlds you encounter in Remnant are vastly varied and feel nothing like each other. I will not go into detail about each location because I feel this is Enemies are unique to each biome. They will attack with different patterns and try to overwhelm you. They do range from generic enemy types to creative horror and nightmare fuel. One of the big major wins from Remnant is the procedural map generator. How it works is certain plot points stay the same, but maps each time you adventure or remix. Story have different scenarios, but they still hit the same key goals to progress the story. This is why they will probably take many playthroughs just to get one item for your character build. For example, I really wanted a ring, but to get this I need the queen to spawn, the last elf to get infected with a nasty parasite. Long story short, there is so much in-game RNG you will play for weeks if not months. Speaking of which, the 2 major game modes are adventure mode and story mode. There is also survival, but I will explain the first 2, adventure mode and story mode first. This is where you will probably spend most of your time and find the best gear and weapons. This is also where most online players are in Remnant. Oh, did I forget to inform you? Yes, Remnant From The Ashes has a 3-player multiplayer mode. Why not 4? Because threesomes are cool. Quads are for your mom and dad and your special friend. Anyway, being able to re-roll adventures and then having different objectives each time means you and your compadres have a lot to explore. Story mode is extremely fun and packed with almost as much as adventure mode, even though it only has differences of level bosses. You can have a lot of fun there. Lastly, we have survival, which is a mode I disliked at first. I found it unforgivably hard, pointless, since you can't keep anything you earn. Let me explain. In survival mode, you begin in your underoos and a very small budget, which is used to buy mods, weapons, perks, clothes, etc. Basically kill to eat. You randomly start on a biome with the intent of collecting upgraded your gear instead of completing feats to unlock them. You and your compadres run through the stage as fast as possible, because as you grow stronger, so does the enemies. Rinse and repeat until you die, and start over again back in your under roof. As I said, I hated this mode, until I realized in a lot of ways this is the best way to play multiplayer long term. While story and adventure will be your main way to grow your character, playing survival mode can and will expose you to playing different because of the randomized nature of the mode. Playing the mode also gives you glowing fragments that you can use to alternate costume designs for armor. Survival mode grew on me because you get about 3 to 4 biomes in, and you have a hodgepodge of gear, mods trying to stay alive and stay ahead of the enemies. This mode is really fun, and I really suggest playing it. But once you understand the game itself by doing adventure and story mode. The music in Remnant does not disappoint. While I'm not one for orchestra and over-the-top use of operatic yelling and wailing with fast tempo drums, I must admit working out and driving to the soundtrack will get you in. The tempo stays fast-paced, and if you find yourself partaking in a physical chore or challenge, be careful because this music will inspire you. The soundtrack for Remnant is like a mix of Lion King meets industrial music. It's not raising the bar, but it complements the game very well. It's like Hans Zimmer and Danny Elfman had a baby. Oh man, put that image together. The soundtrack isn't unique enough to be synonymous with Remnant, but I feel that you can play this soundtrack over any high-paced Hollywood movie. In fact, let's give it a try. For graphics, we have 9 out of 10. For sound, 10 out of 10. Music, 9 out of 10. Gameplay, 10 out of 10. Story, 8 out of 10. For a final score of 46, which means...
It's just a little off. Oh, no. It was just...
You just what?
Hey, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out. I shouldn't have brought it up. Darn it, I can be such a jerk sometimes.
Remnant is close to getting a perfect score from me. I had the utmost fun solving puzzles, exploring biomes, unlocking traits that you can then put into upgrades, armors that are unique and can be customized slightly. Weapons vary to the point I was trying to match specific mods to each gun exclusively, but I got tired and said forget that. Everything, including melee, and easily you can find your groove. And for inflicting violence, this RPG mechanics are well represented with skill trees or trait systems, gears that specialize in abilities that can be customized, upgraded, mixing the boss fights for that range from thrilling segments that require timing or jumping or shooting specific targets. Story is easy to follow. I do, however, caution, if you're looking to absorb everything lore-wise in Remnant From The Ashes, you will need a guide or certain YouTube channels to explain some of the puzzles and boss fights, in which you have to find multiple ways to kill them for added rewards. Multiplayer is addictive, and the community will help you for the most part. They try to not be a lone wolf and work together. I found most people are willing to share information to help you achieve your goals on unlocking rewards or traits to level up. Graphics are detailed, and you always visually see something interesting in the background. Enemies approaching. Enemies are different from place to place. Most will not hesitate to overwhelm you. Boss fights will be the thing that you remember most though in this game. There are so many types and different ways to fight them. you might become obsessed with trying to see what unlocks something new. Music is really good, completely atmospheric. While it won't blow you away, it delivers on setting the tone as you explore different worlds. In summation, you owe it to yourself to play Remnant from the Ashes. The story is about 5 hours, but the procedural map generator and randomized nature of encounters, you will be busy for months trying to quest for specific encounters. Survival mode is my most played game mode. I hop on and play about an hour and have fun learning different ways to play. See, once you're pretty much done with everything and unlock majority of the mods and weapons, you get a little bored. But understand, I have been playing Remnant for years. I become a little rigid, it's hard to change what works. Survival mode keeps you guessing since it's random. No telling what you will find each playthrough. Your character will literally look like a methadone mild crackhead. No pants, no shoes, a hat, 2 guns. The negatives about Remnant are maybe it's a little too cryptic for its own good. On harder difficulty, you might find out your favorite armor and weapon loadout aren't meta enough to beat certain bosses. But that's not necessary for you to enjoy the game. Only if you seek harder challenge, Lastly, it might get frustrating if you're trying to roll a specific scenario. It can take a couple of rerolls on adventure to get the specific scenario to come up. Honestly, I'm more interested in seeing how, hearing your criticism of Remnant in the comment section. I hope this video made you want to try Remnant or with sequel, but that's for a whole nother time. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna say happy holidays to you guys, and I'm sorry I got this out late, but I will try to do better the next time. Alright, take care, people.